Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Qaurtz once again, and today we are doing another tutorial. And because 1.12 is just around the corner, I want to share with you a little design I got to AFK farm the concrete block. Not the powder, the block. And what we do with that is this. As you know, whenever concrete reaches water and touches it, it gets turned into a concrete block. However, if you're doing massive builds, and we are talking thousands of concrete blocks in the building process, mining those with the different options, there's a lot of different options to do that. But what I found is that this design here is kind of lovely, so to say. So what I want to, game mode, let's go into survival mode, there we go. Let's have a look at this. What we got going is basically a system that whenever this block gets broken and picked up by the hopper, it will detect it and put out a new block to you mine. And that is in the offhand, that's the block you are mining. And of course you have your pick in your right hand. What you're going to do is going up, stand not exactly in front of it, but just, just a tiny bit back. Hold down right click, hold down left click, and magic. And now you might say, okay, you are looking at your mouse, and at the moment you will probably experience a little bit of a black screen. I will apologize for that. Just a second. There we go. Wonderful. As you can probably not see it, but at the moment I am not anywhere with my mouse in the game. I have tapped out of the game, so to say. You can hear it here, clapping, banging the table. At the moment I'm not in the game, but I'm still farming the concrete blocks that we will need for a big and grand building. So this technique helps you to get the loads of concrete blocks, well, actually not wasting time playing and getting the concrete blocks. You can just AFK overnight or something like that. So that's a really nice little contraption that we got going here. And one of the key features with this as well is that you can also do it for quartz or diamonds or coal, not iron of course, because that won't mine, but any other block that you basically want to mine and turn into other materials, like for example concrete powder to concrete blocks, or diamond, or into the lovely diamonds themselves. That can be done in this little machine. So let's take a look on how this actually works. What we got going here is quite simple. As said, whenever the concrete block touches water, it turns, the powder turns into a block whenever it touches the water. And we got water stream flowing down here, so it will never flow anywhere else. We got a wooden plank, and it's very hard to kind of show you that in creative, as let's get back into survival mode. As you probably know, I can't even spell when I'm talking. That's brilliant for a tutorial. As you probably know, when you're trying to mine wood with a pickaxe, it takes you some time, and we can use that to our advantage in case there should be a little delay or you're using a faster pick than just a standard diamond pick. Because like this, it just works flawlessly. If you got a better pick, it can sometimes you might end up hitting the block behind here. We don't want you to intermine that, so using some kind of wood like a plank or a log is preferable, as that will help reduce the amount of errors you'll get using this farm. Whenever you place a block here, this observer will observe it. It will give you an output through this repeater set to 2 ticks to prevent too much ticking going on and too many items being spit. Otherwise you'll probably end up overloading your inventory. It will take the signal, put it into this dropper, which will put out whatever you have into your offhand. That will mainly be the block you'll be mining. Note that you cannot use different kind of blocks in this system at the same time. You will need to get back to the system and change it manually which block you would like to mine, for the simple reason that whenever you're, let's just see like that, if I got the diamond ore in my offhand and I place it down and I had one more As you probably can see, we got the red concrete down in our main bar down here, but we cannot right click here and here with the diamond pick at the same time, which means that this there's a little flaw here, but again, I think it's worth it after all. What we basically got going up here is the loading system for the dropper. The more you put in, the more you can basically AFK down here. At the bottom we got a hopper facing downwards into a hopper chain facing into these chests, which will collect whatever you throw into them. As you can see, all our lovely red concrete is down there. And that is basically the farm. And to, let's see, we are still in the wrong game mode, I can see. Let's get back to creative, like that. And let's do it like that, that. There we go, wonderful. And to prove to you that it can also work for the diamond ores, and now we of course need to get back in survival. Otherwise it won't work, I can tell you that. You mine too fast in the creative mode for this to work, and that was wrong. Game mode, no, there we go, survival, wonderful. Okay, hold down right click, hold down left click, and as you can see, you are farming away, and you can do this the whole night. So if we had diamond ore in the system, you can see instead of our red concrete powder to fill up, it will fill up our diamond ore instead. To build this exact design over here, you will need the contents of this chest. You can pause the video to take a look, but it's fairly cheap redstone wise. The most expensive is probably the pick or the hopper. You decide yourself on that one, but you'll need this much, and this is just a different kind of building blocks. It doesn't need to be white concrete. There, I know there's a lot of different design out there, but of course if you want this design, this is what you will need. So let's get cracking, and what you will start off is a 5 wide and 6 in the depth of a platform, and you want to find the middle. Go to the left side, place down 2 chests, and add in your hopper, which apparently I haven't been smart enough to put on my hotbar. There we go, and put that directly into the chest. At top of that you put down just another hopper facing down into that. Okay, place a block like this. This is where you will stand when you will AFK for your concrete or your ores or whatever you want to farm. Place down 2 blocks behind it. Any kind of wood that you would like. It could be logs, it could be wood, it doesn't matter, just a wood block would be lovely. Fill up 3 blocks over here to the right of where you're standing, so this one over here. Fill up 3 like this. Fill out these 2 down here and that one there. And down you go to this side, fill in this like that, all the way up to kind of block in the water, and all the way around like that. And that is the most basic amount of blocks that you will be able to get away with. Maybe, yeah, you can remove that if you want. After that, fill it in over the top to prevent any blocks to kind of pop up and land on the roof. That can sometimes happen. I haven't noticed much, but that is a probability. Now you take your water, you place it in the water where you kind of want it to go, and that is of course in the corner right there, which means that it will flow down there and not into anything else. And whenever you place the concrete powder over here at the wooden block, it will turn into concrete block instead of powder. Now you take your stone slab or whatever slab you want to use, you place it out, there we go, from our hopper here, place it out 3 blocks and make a little pattern like this with a 2x3 area. You go over to this side over here, place down your observer like that. That was wrong. That is definitely wrong. Okay, place it like that then. There we go, wonderful. Yeah, you want the face to be inwards over here towards the water. And then you go ahead and place your dispenser or your dropper, depending on it's a dropper. Wonderful, Qaurtz. You place down your dropper right there besides it, facing into the little spot that you will AFK in. After that, you basically go dust down here at the end, a repeater like that, and this one on the second setting. Now you got the whole mechanism for converting and giving you new blocks in place. However, you will still need to add in a storage system for this. You can either go out like this and grab it up like that and put a lot of chests that way, or you can of course go upward as we saw before, doing one facing directly down into the dropper, chest around it, chest hopper into that chest at top, hopper into that chest, and so forth and so on, as much as you will like. And that is basically the system. So if we grab our concrete powder, where we can find some of that, it's down here at the bottom. Let's take some light blue for this sake. Let's go completely ham and go fill this entire chest up like that. It will slowly filter into the system, and a good little advice is that you will always have to have at least, I would suggest, depending on the pig you're using. If you're using a pig with a fast efficient, I would suggest at least 32. If you're using a slower pig, just a normal diamond pig like this, you can get away with around 10 down here, wouldn't matter. But the more you have here, the more you have to spare in case there should be a little glitch or something, because if you have a efficiency 5 and a haste 2 beacon, this is insta mining, which means that this observer gets to work its time, and sometimes it will glitch. That is a little problem with this design, so bear that in mind. But if we got the concrete in there, you can see it slowly filling in. Let's get back into the right mode. Survival, there we go, wonderful. Hold on right click, you can see it turns into the block that we want, the concrete. It gives you another powder in your offhand. Hold down left click, and boom, there you go. And now is the tricky part to get the AFK session into working, is that you will need to press F11, which will toggle full screen and not full screen. And the same second that you presses F11, you will need to release both mouse buttons at the same time, like this. And there we go. You can hear my hands is off the keyboard, it's off the mouse, and I'm AFKing all the way along. So now I could stand here for the rest of my days if I wanted to grab, I don't know, 10,000 of concrete blocks to work with, or I just need to fortune 10,000 quartz, diamond, or whatever we have mined. This is now in service. And of course, to break it again, you just tap right into the game. And as you can see, when you do that, you will instantly get a little problem with where your mouse is facing. So remember to face it directly in front of you. Otherwise, you might end up breaking stuff around here. But again, it's a quite simple farm, so it should be very easy for you to reset. I think that was actually all for this little design. So, ladies and gentlemen, have you liked this little design? Make sure to let me know. I'll be very happy to hear about it down in the comment section. Do you have any other design yourself about how to AFK for concrete or diamond ore or such like that? I will be happy to know about them, because this is one design. I would like to see if there's any other good out there that I probably can use myself. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, may you have some very fine days ahead of you. Bye bye!